Hello, boys and girls. We're going to have a Mother Goose Jamboree. That means we're going to have a lot of fun. And do you know who's here with me to introduce all the songs? Mother Goose herself. And here she is.
Hello, all my little girls and boys everywhere. Have you heard the story about Ba Black Sheep? Did you know that he always got the blame, even for things he didn't do? You didn't? Well, you just wait until you hear this song.
Ba Black Sheep, you get all the blame just because of your bad name. Someone is naughty, what do? Somehow they put the blame on you.
Jack and Jill went up a hill, tumbled down and had a spill. Hurt their arms and legs, they claim. Who's the one that got the blame?
Ba Black Sheep, you get all the blame just because of your bad name. Someone is naughty, what do? Somehow they put the blame on you. Humpty Dumpty on a wall had a big tremendous fall. When he landed on a mat, who's the one he pointed at? Ba Black Sheep, you get all the blame just because of your bad name. Someone is naughty, what do? Somehow they put the blame on you.
Turkey Gobbler one bright morn ate a lot of wheat and corn. Since nobody knew the facts, who's the one that got the axe?
Ba Black Sheep, you get all the blame just because of your bad name. Someone is naughty, what do? Somehow they put the blame on you. Little Tom the Piper son stole a pig and began to run. Had a nice delicious meal, then on whom did Tom squeal? Ba Black Sheep, you get all the blame just because of your bad name. Someone is naughty, what do? Somehow they put the blame on you.
Little birdie in a tree sang a song all out of key. When this melody was heard, who's the one that got the bird?
Ba Black Sheep, you get all the blame just because of your bad name. Someone is naughty, what do? Somehow they put the blame on you. Poor Cock Robin now is dead. He was shot right in the head. They said justice will not fail. Who's the one they put in jail? Ba Black Sheep, you get all the blame just because of your bad name. Someone is naughty, what do? Somehow they put the blame on you.
Now, children, here's a story about a Polly Parrot who not only spoke English, but many, many other languages as well. Listen.
Fairly well, fairly well, fairly well is what I say. Let me tell you of a parrot who is living in a garret singing Polly Molly Doodle all day.
Oh, a neighbor gave me a clever bird singing Polly Wolly Doodle all day. He talks in languages I never heard, singing Polly Wolly Doodle all day.
Fairly well, fairly well, fairly well is what I say. Let me tell you of a parrot who is living in a garret singing Polly Wolly Doodle all day.
Many times we sat upon a bench singing Polly Wolly Doodle all day. He surprised me when he spoke in French, singing Polly Wolly Doodle all day.
Fairly well, fairly well. sneeze, singing Polly Wolly Doodle all day. Gesundheit, he said in Chinese, singing Polly Wolly Doodle all day. Fairly well, fairly well, fairly well is what I say. Let me tell you of a parrot who was living in a garret, singing Polly Wolly Doodle all day.
Every time he's hungry, he eats so much, singing Polly Wolly Doodle all day. Says Polly won the cracker in very good Dutch, singing Polly Wolly Doodle all day.
Fairly well, fairly well, fairly well is what I say. Let me tell you of a parrot who was living in a garret, singing Polly Wolly Doodle all day.
When I give him candy, a little piece, singing Polly Wolly Doodle all day. Then he says yum yum in Portuguese, singing Polly Wolly Doodle all day.
Fairly well, fairly well, fairly well is what I say. Let me tell you of a parrot who was living in a garret, singing Polly Wolly Doodle all day. Oh, the parrot in a show belongs, singing Polly Wolly Doodle all day. He's a riot singing Italian songs, singing Polly Wolly Doodle all day. Fairly well, fairly well, fairly well is what I say. Let me tell you of a parrot who was living in a garret, singing Polly Wolly Doodle all day.
Yes, my parrot's smarter than many men, singing Polly Wolly Doodle all day. In a week or two he will join you and singing Polly Wolly Doodle all day.
Fairly well, fairly well, fairly well is what I say. Let me tell you of a parrot who is living in a garret, singing Polly Wolly Doodle all day.
Well, kiddies, you've all heard the song The Little Brown Jug, but I'll bet you never heard the story about the little brown bug who was inside the little brown jug. One day he flew out of the jug, and did he get into a lot of trouble.
Ha ha ha, hee hee hee, little brown bug got stuck on me. Ha ha ha, hee hee hee, little brown bug got stuck on me.
Saw a brown bug yesterday, just as I was about to play. All at once he smiled at me, seemed to like my company.
Ha ha ha, hee hee hee, a little brown bug got stuck on me. Ha ha ha, hee hee hee, a little brown bug got stuck on me.
He had very little eyes and a twinkle of surprise. With those eyes small as could be, he winked and winked and winked at me.
Ha ha ha, hee hee hee, a little brown bug got stuck on me. Ha ha ha, hee hee hee, a little brown bug got stuck on me. My mother sent me to the store. I thought I left him at the door. Overhead I heard a buzz. I looked up and there he was. Ha ha ha, hee hee hee, a little brown bug got stuck on me. Ha ha ha, hee hee hee, a little brown bug got stuck on me.
I bought myself an ice cream cone, started eating all alone. Little brown bug began to stare, if to say he was to share.
Ha ha ha, hee hee hee, a little brown bug got stuck on me. Ha ha ha, hee hee hee, a little brown bug got stuck on me.
Took a ride upon my bike, it's the kind of sport I like. Real close by, so nice and snug, I saw my pal, the little brown bug.
Ha ha ha, hee hee hee, a little brown bug got stuck on me. Ha ha ha, hee hee hee, a little brown bug got stuck on me. Finally I heard him say, I like you so, I think I'll stay. Now he sticks to me like glue. The truth is that I like him too. Ha ha ha, hee hee hee, a little brown bug got stuck on me. Ha ha ha, hee hee hee, a little brown bug got stuck on me.
Well, children, do you remember Simple Simon, who met the pieman? He ate so many pies, he blew up like a big balloon, and no one has been able to find him since. And do you know what Mother Goose told him? Simple Simon, only hogs don't know when to stop eating. So remember, don't you be a hog.
Hogs seem to like to wallow, wallow, deep, deep in mud and swallow, swallow, more, even more than they can handle. This is a form of social scandal, so I advise don't Everybody seems to hate them. Your stomach don't you overcrowd. Don't you be a hog. Don't you be a hog.
Hogs win the prize for overeating. Their appetite sure take a beating. All kinds of food they seem to favor, with or without a lot of flavor. There's not a thing that you can mention that doesn't get their best attention. Your stomach don't you overclog. Don't you be a hog.
Don't you be a hog.
Hogs have an awful reputation. They are despised by all the nation. No other animal so greedy. They eat all day, oh yes, indeedy. They'll eat a bushel of potatoes, then gobble up 10 pounds tomatoes. Your stomach don't you overclog. Don't you be a hog.
Don't you be a hog. Their meals begin each day at 7. They quit each night at way past 11. When they are hungry, they keep squealing. Make so much noise you hit the ceiling. They hardly breathe from start to finish. That's why inside they don't diminish. Your stomach don't you overcrowd. Don't you be a hog. Don't you be a hog. No husky pig can be a charmer. They give the trouble to each farmer. No matter what they get, they grumble. Under their breath you hear them mumble. I'm sure that none of them win banners for their display of nasty manners. Your stomach don't you overcrowd. Don't you be a hog. Don't you be a hog. La 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 Don't you be a hog. Don't you be a hog.
Mother Goose had some other friends, too. You remember Little Bo Peep, Little Boy Blue, and Young Jack Sprat? Now we're going to sing you a song about them.
Little Bo Peep, she went and lost her sheep, and so the little girl could hardly even sleep. A shepherd said he'd try to help the little lassie. Was a fakin', a snake in the grass. Little Boy Blue said he would blow his horn to keep the cows and sheep from eating all the corn while he was fast asleep. The cows and sheep did pass, he was a fakin', a snake in the grass. Young Jack Sprat said he would eat no fat, that's what he said he did. And he was sure of that. Somebody put some fat upon a dish of bass. He was a fakin', a snake in the grass. Oh, Mother Goose, she met a great big moose. It was a great big moose whose antlers were too loose. She made the antlers tight with little threads of grass. She was no fakin', no snake in the grass. La, 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 la,
One of Mother Goose's best friends was a little pussycat. We'd like to tell you all about a pussycat who always got into trouble. This is one cat who had a catastrophe.
we have a kitten, cute as it can be. Always running, never sitting, and it misses constantly. Even though the cat was little, it had lots of spunk. Even though its bones are brittle, suddenly it chased a skunk. Don't have to tell it, it's no mystery. All the neighborhood could smell it, our cat had a catastrophe. We just would scorn it, never listen to advice. Then one day he chased a sparrow, one that had no fear. With a big shot and an arrow, the birdie bit like hidden deer. He'll long regret it, that's a certainty. Our cat had a catastrophe.
One day, Mother Goose asked all her children, where has my little dog gone? And do you know where he was? He was down at the dog show. And do you know what happened? Listen.
My dog, I entered in a dog show only last week. I've never even seen a dog show, so my hopes were very bleak. I've noticed dogs of many nations, dogs of every size. Cows and bulls and black and white Dalmatians, each one out to win a prize. Thoroughbreds were all around me, handsome, confident. My dog I knew was just a mongrel, not even worth a cent. I felt that he was with his betters, clearly outclassed. Those spaniels and the champion setters, each had a famous past. Somehow the judges seemed to like him, and to my surprise, he passed each set with flying colors, and my doggie won first prize. I'm so proud of his ribbon, this I will admit. And from the way my dog is acting, he is also proud of it. La 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 la
Children, you've heard this Mother Goose rhyme before, I'm sure. Hickory dickory dock, the mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck 1, the mouse ran down. Hickory dickory dock. Well, you know why the mouse ran down the clock? He was running away from the old gray cat. Yes, sirree.
The old gray mouse, he quickly discovered that, quickly discovered that, quickly discovered that. The old gray mouse, he quickly discovered that he must beat the cat. He must beat the cat. He must beat the cat. The old gray cat, he hid by the fireplace, hid by the fireplace, hid by the fireplace. The old gray cat, he hid by the fireplace, grin upon his face, grin upon his face, grin upon his face. The old gray mouse, he knew what he ought to do, knew what he ought to do, knew what he ought to do. The old gray mouse, he knew what he ought to do. In a hole he flew, in a hole he flew, in a hole he flew. The old gray cat, he knew he had met his match, knew he had met his match, knew he had met his match. The old gray cat, he knew he had met his match. Mouse he'd never catch, mouse he'd never catch, mouse he'd never catch. They decided, each one of them agrees, each one of them agrees, not to be enemies. They decided they should become friends, so the story ends.
Did you ever try to count how many stars in the sky? Did you ever try to count the bubbles in your bubble bath? Or how many peanuts in a chocolate bar? Well, here's a real hard one to answer. See if you can figure this one out.
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? A woodchuck could chuck all the wood that a woodchuck could chuck wood. How many drops would a dewdrop drop if a dewdrop could drop dew? A dewdrop would drop all the dew that a dewdrop could drop too. Tell me if you can, sir, is there likelihood that you know the answer? Everybody should. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? A woodchuck would chuck all the wood that a woodchuck could chuck wood. Woodchuck all the wood that a woodchuck could chuck wood. How many drops would a dewdrop drop if a dewdrop could drop dew? A dewdrop would drop all the dew that a dewdrop could drop too. Tell me if you can, sir, is there likelihood that you know the answer? Everybody should. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? A woodchuck would chuck all the wood that a woodchuck could chuck wood.
You all know little Mary, who was quite contrary, little Jack Horner, who sat in a corner, and Mother Hubbard, who went to the cupboard. Well, here are some stories about them that you never heard before.
Little Mary, quite contrary, she was always sighing. No one knew why she was blue or why she kept on crying. Mary, Mary, try to smile a little while. All your cares will run a mile if you will stop your crying.
Jackie Horner in the corner, he was not contented. Wanted some good pudding from him, boy, he really meant it.
Jackie Horner, won't you wait? Christmas pie we know is great. You'll get yours as sure as fate, and you will be contented.
Mother Hubbard in her cupboard, she just kept on looking. Didn't find a single thing, 'cause not a thing was cooking.
Mother Hubbard, don't you care? Though your cupboard may be bare, you'll have food and food to spare, that soon you will be cooking. Mary, Mary, quite contrary, she was always sighing. No one knew why she was blue or why she kept on
Did you know that Mother Goose had a little rabbit and his name was Honey Bunny? You never heard of him? No? Well, we'll tell you all about it now. Hippity, hippity, hop. We'll tell you the story from bottom to top.
Little honey bunny, if you'll be my honey bunny, I will be your honey bee. Stay with me forever, say that you will leave me never. Won't you make that promise to me? Life will always be so sunny, simple just as ABC. Little honey bunny, if you'll be my honey bunny, I will be your honey bee. If you'll be my honey bunny, I will be your honey bee. No, you being single, it is better part to mingle, cause I like your company. Love has got it over money, that is something you'll agree. Little honey bunny, if you'll be my honey bunny, I will be your honey bee.
Boys and girls, remember Mother Goose's rhyme? Hi diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle, the cow jumped over the moon. You know how hard it is for a cow to jump over the moon. And you know how hard it is for some boys to be good. Well, here's a story about a little boy who promised to be a very good boy when the cow jumped over the moon.
I'll be a very good boy when the cow jumps over the moon, when the birds forget to sing and the flowers in the spring stop growing. I'll be a very good boy when the dish runs off with a spoon, when the dove forgets to coo and the rooster doesn't do his crowing. As sure as right will never be wrong, I promise Mom and Daddy. Long as both my fingers are crossed, I'll be a good boy, not a baddie. I'll be a very good boy when the cow jumps over the moon, when the fish forget to swim and the leaves upon the limbs stop growing with joy. Then I'll be a very good boy. I promise Mom and Daddy. Long as both my fingers are crossed, I'll be a good boy, not a baddie. I'll be a very good boy when the cow jumps over the moon, when the fish forget to swim and the leaves upon the limb stop spreading with joy. Then I'll be a very